Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel again. So in this session we are going to discuss about the understanding configuration management with Ansible. So Ansible is a popular tool you might get to hear in DevOps, which is used to maintain these configurations in on-premise or on either on the cloud. So in this session we are going to discuss what is this Ansible and how this Ansible works, and Ansible master setup is also I'm going to discuss. I have mentioned everything in this blog. If you want to check out this blog, you can check that from this link, which I will be keeping in the description box. Let's start now. What is an Ansible? Ansible, as I have discussed in the previous session, so Ansible is an open source automation tool or a platform used for IT tasks such as configuration management, application deployment, intra-service orchestration, and provisioning. Ansible uses Playbook to describe automation jobs, and Playbook uses very simple language, that is AML. So if you are using the Ansible, we can automate the jobs using the playbooks, and these playbooks are written in AML, which is a human readable data serialization language, and is commonly used for configuration files, but should be used in many applications where data is being stored, which is very easy for humans to understand, read, and write. Hence, the advantage is that even the IT infrastructure support guys can read and write the playbook and debug if needed. So that's why it is called a human readable form, since it is in human readable form. So that's what about the Ansible and how this works that I will explain here now. So in Ansible, there are two categories of computers: control node and manage node. The control node is a computer that runs Ansible, which is this, and and there must be at least one control node, and although a backup control node may also exist, a manager node is any device being managed by the control node. So these are the managed devices. Ansible works by connecting to nodes, clients and servers, or whatever you are configuring on a network, and then sending a small program called Ansible module to that node. Ansible executes these modules over SSH and removes them when finished. The only requirement for this interaction is that your Ansible control node has login access to the managed nodes. The SSH keys are the most common way to provide access, but other forms of authentication are also supported. So this is the host inventory where we have all the IP addresses of these edge managed nodes, and this is the playbook where we have the steps what needs to get executed on this managed nodes, and this is the control node which will run this playbook to apply whatever the specific place or the task on this managed nodes using this host inventory, which will be having the IP addresses of these managed nodes. Task 1. So this is the Ansible master setup. Installation of Ansible on AWS EC2. So it is a, let's say it is a master node. Create an instance and name it master. This will be the Ansible server. Log into the server, create an Ansible repository on the server. Like this, using this command we can create. Now install the Ansible. On the install, by following the below command, sudo apt update and sudo apt install -1. So after creating an instance, just install the Ansible. If you have followed my previous session, then it might have been easier for you to understand. So that's how we set up the Ansible master. And if you understand this one, then it will be very much easier for you to understand how Ansible works. This is the picture of how Ansible works. And this is the control node which will take the task from the playbook and host inventory, which will be having the IP addresses of these managed nodes. So to run run those tasks on the specific IP addresses which are the IP addresses of these managed nodes, we need to have the host inventory which will be having these IP addresses and the playbook. When the playbook runs, it will use this inventory file. Then it will run those commands or those tasks on the servers using the SSH. It will be anything, like it will be creating a directory or checking whether the directory is present or not. So if you go one by one, like if there is no Ansible, let's suppose say, and you are having all these servers, you need to create a simple directory on all of these servers. Then you need to log into this server and create a directory here, then log in here, then create here, then log in. So like this, if there are 100 other or 50, then it will be more time consuming. Instead of that, we can just write a playbook which will be having the commands to create a directory on any server. Then we will be having the host inventory which will be having all the 50 server IP addresses or more than that. Then control node will run this playbook and creates a directory on whatever the IP addresses which are present on the host inventory. So that's how it works. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out this blog, you can check that from this link which I will be keeping in the description box.